We are going to look at some common problems that happen when you write sentences with adjective clauses. And there's three main kinds of problems I see. So let's start with number one. Fragments. So you remember that a fragment is a broken piece of a sentence, and usually it means you're missing a subject or a verb. That's easy to do with an adjective clause because you will see one subject and verb usually, but you need to see two. So in this case, we have a fragment, the teacher that I had last semester. You can see one subject-verb combination, I had, right? But you have another subject in the sentence, teacher. So that subject needs a verb too. So you could fix it like this. She is the teacher that I had last semester. So now you have subject-verb she is, and then you have your adjective clause that I had last semester. So that would be correct. Or maybe something like this. The teacher that I had last semester was Patty. So you have your subject teacher, and all the way at the end of the sentence with was, you have the verb that matches that subject. So now you have two subject-verb combinations, and that's what you need for an adjective clause sentence. Let's look at another one. The students who finished their papers early. So you have who finished. That's your subject-verb in your adjective clause. Okay. So students is a subject as well, but it has no verb. Sometimes you really just don't need an adjective clause. You can just take out that word who. The students finished their papers early. That's a good sentence with a normal subject and verb, a simple sentence. Okay? So sometimes it's just that easy. Don't try to make an adjective clause because you don't have two subjects and verbs that you want to say. Or you can make a complex sentence, but you need another action. So the students who finish their papers early will have more free time this week. So now we have who finished. That's our subject-verb combination in the adjective clause. And then we have the students will have more free time this week. That's our second subject-verb combination. Right. So that's fragments. Our second error type or problem is having extra pronouns. So I like this image of a person with two heads. You know something's wrong if a person has two heads, right? So in an adjective clause, it's really easy to put in an extra pronoun that's referring to the same person as your main clause, and you don't want to do that. So let me show you an example. The friend that I trust her the most is Cindy. So I have the friend, and then I have her. The friend and her, they're talking about the same person. So that's your two-headed monster right there. Okay? So the friend that I trust the most is Cindy, not the friend that I trust her. Why? The friend and her are the same person. So don't repeat that pronoun in the adjective clause. Yeah? Let's look at another one. The teacher who she taught level 2 was my favorite. What's wrong with that sentence? The teacher is the same person as she. So I'm not going to repeat that she. The teacher who taught level 2 was my favorite. The teacher and she are the same person, so don't repeat she. All right, so our last problem is about subject-verb agreement. And that's something that you always just have to keep reminding yourself to look out for in your sentences when you have especially the present tense, right? So I do, they do, he, she does. remembering to match your subjects and verbs like that. It can be especially tricky when you are using adjective clauses because oftentimes that relative pronoun is the subject in the adjective clause. So what are you matching your verb to? For example, the student who send or sends me emails will get a response. But we have the subject in your adjective clause is who, right? So do you say who send or who sends? Who doesn't have any meaning by itself. So you don't know if you should put the S or not. You have to go back and look at what the who is referring to. So in this case, we're going to look at the word students. Okay? The same thing in this sentence. So we have, I like to work with a partner who do or does half of the work. Okay? In this case again, who, you could say who do or who does. Who doesn't tell you enough. You have to look back in the sentence. What is who referring to? It's referring to a partner. Okay? So let's look at these individually. Students who send or who sends? Well, we know that we have to look back to the word students. So would you say students send or students sends? It's the plural, so you're going to use the plural form of the present tense, right? Students who send me emails will get a response. And then this one, a partner. A partner is singular or plural? Singular, right? So you'll say a partner who does half the work. Okay. So those are 3 problems that can come up in your adjective clauses. So we're going to do a little more practice with that and start to look at your own sentences with adjective clauses to make sure that you don't have any of those 3 error types. No fragments, no two-headed monsters, and no problems with subject-verb agreement. All right, good luck.